What's going on, Fishaholics? Welcome back. I hope you're catching some nice early spring fish and you're doing well. I've been better, I guess. You know what, like, let's take a seat here. Oh. So sorry, I kind of look like poop. I feel like poop. You see, I've been fishing pretty hard, burning the candles at both ends, fishing day and night, and it caught up with me. I'm kind of embarrassed to tell you guys, but in my last video, when I loaded up the kayak, packed all the gear in the car, I pulled away from Shepherd Park and Stewart, and like a minute or two after, I realized I didn't put my dark matter medium heavy stick with the 4000 shield in the car. I left it at the ramp, swung back around quick, and it was gone. I can't believe it. Luckily, I do have some other rods I could use, but definitely exhaustion got the best of me. Also, if you remember me mentioning how I wanted to head south before heading back up north in the end of the month, unfortunately now I'm not really sure if that's going to be possible. You see, unfortunately last night I went to the ER because my lung spontaneously collapsed again, which you might be wondering, like, what do you mean your lung just spontaneously collapsed? Well, 2 years ago I had the same thing happen twice in like the same month. It's like a genetic thing that my siblings and I have, you know, and I'm the youngest sibling, so imagine doctors telling you your whole life, like, oh, like your lung is probably going to collapse because it's like a genetic thing. So the first time it was only like a small partial lung collapse. Then the second time was in the kayak off, probably shouldn't have done that, off Montauk Lighthouse, and luckily I was able to get back to land, and that was the biggest lung collapse. It was a really big hole in my lung, and I had to have a VATS pleurodesis, which basically like scars the lung and scars the chest wall to like heal it together, so if you ever get a hole in your lung or if it ever collapses again, it won't fully go down. And then of course, go figure, yesterday evening I was about to go kayak fishing, and then I had real shortness of breath, stabbing pain in my back, and currently right now my arm is still numb and I'm still having that stabbing pain. So I went to the ER, and that's basically where I was till about 5 a.m. and I just wanted to get checked out. I kind of had a feeling of what it was, but you know, sometimes you don't know if it could be worse, or you know, you just want to get it checked out, especially. But why I'm mentioning it especially is because I saw a lot of you guys wanted to see me go out for Goliaths again in the kayak, and the problem with this is it's a partial lung collapse, so it's not as bad as the second incident, but it's bad enough where I probably shouldn't be doing any heavy lifting. You know, there goes the kayak fishing is probably not going to be something I should do a whole lot until this heals. And I did, though, get out for Goliaths for one more attempt in the kayak, and you know, I'll play the footage, so check it out. Alright, first order of business, we're gonna try and put some water behind us, get up at least like 1.5 miles or so, hopefully not get hit by a boat. What's happening? Oh gosh, it's a Saturday and it's like a sandbar right here. We just hit bottom with the drive. That's not good. So then once we kind of get near where we're going to be fishing, then we'll start fishing and hopefully catch some live bait or ladyfish, something we could use as a dead hole bait, and we could also catch some snook while we're doing that. But our target today to start is going to probably be ladyfish, because that's what worked in our last outing. You know, if we can get some nice dead fillets of that, I think that could be the ticket. All right, we're about halfway up to where we want to be. We're gonna throw a line back now and troll the remainder of the way, see if we can catch some smaller fish. And we've actually got a little bit of a trickle of outgoing water still, so it's making it a little bit challenging, but we're making good ground, or good water, and making good way. And these houses are amazing me. Look at the size of that thing. Whew, that's a mansion. And the architecture is amazing as well. If you guys are ever down in like the Port St. Lucie, Stewart area, get on the river and in a kayak or a small boat and just go for a ride. Pretty sweet. Can't go wrong with a little X-Wrap. Using the 1000 battle right now, and this is the 7-foot medium fast dark matter rod, so lighter action than the one we left behind, but it should be perfect enough to handle some ladyfish or small jacks. All right, I don't believe it. Kind of made it all the way up here and not even a single tap. I'm gonna fish some docks real quick and this boathouse. Maybe see if we can get a snook. But I'm surprised, not even a bite. Oh, there's something. Oh, you piece of garbage. Nice, Rich. All right, let's try this again. I'm gonna throw a little Yozuri. There's a fish. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, look at that. That was a good snook. And he chafed me right up. That's 2 fish and 2 lures down. So here's a CAT scan of my lungs. But that day on the water was actually the day before this happened. And it was a beautiful day on the water and doable for a Saturday, even with all the boat traffic. But it was really tough to catch even some bait. But eventually we did catch some pretty sweet bait. Here's something fishy. Oh man, that is perfect bait. All right, just got another one. Now we got 2 good Goliath baits. I'm gonna go ashore, cut them up, and we're gonna start going for Goliaths. All right, let's get them. All right, so this is how it's going down. We've got our Finnor offshore 5500 spooled with a 100-pound braid this time. If you guys saw in our last video, I think that's what failed on us. I thought we were using 80 last time, but I think we were actually using like 50 or 60. And we're using a Tsunami Airwave Elite heavy action spinning rod. This was like the heaviest, shortest blank that I brought to Florida with me. Probably not the best rod, but if it breaks, so YOLO. And then this is how we're rigging. I've got a 2-ounce egg sinker threaded on the braid. Then I threaded on a little piece of soft plastic because I didn't have a bead, so that's gonna be kind of like the spacer between the knot, which ties to my barrel swivel. And then we've got about a 2 to 3 foot section of doubled up 100-pound mono, tied with a uni knot to a big old circle hook. We're gonna start out with a fillet bait just because I'm hoping we can maybe hook into something manageable in size for the kayak. And then if we're feeling lucky, maybe we'll throw on one of these bad boys. All right, so this is how I'm hoping it'll play out. We're gonna drop the bait right along the structure, have our drive in reverse, make sure our drag is nice and tight, and if we come tight, we're gonna pedal real hard and try and pull them out from the structure. I think that's the only way we'll have a chance. All right, I'm gonna let this bait sit here for a while, probably until we lose the light, which isn't that much longer. So that outing definitely was a struggle, but we did get a little rewarded for our time and effort. After the lights went down, we actually ended up finding some really, really sweet snook action. That's a little bit better on the fin back. And that's why yesterday, right before my lung collapsed, we were getting ready to go kayak fishing because I was planning on getting there and trying to do like a top order dusk bite and fish in the dark to catch some big mondo snook. But you see here, this is my lung, and in the very top left lobe of the lung you can see like a little dark spot, and that is where maybe a bleb possibly ruptured. And basically a bleb is like a weak spot on the lung, and it's very common in tall, lanky people like me and my two older sisters. So anyway, the whole purpose of this video was just to keep you guys updated. So if I don't fish or upload a video in like a week or two, this is the reason why. And hopefully I heal up quick and I'm able to get out there one more time for Goliaths, or just even launch the kayak a few more times down here in Florida. If this keeps bothering me, you know, it's not easy to lift an 80-pound kayak or haul that around with a hole in your lung, especially when you're trying to heal, and hopefully it doesn't get any worse. Also, getting out there and pulling on a big mondo snook or a Goliath when your arm is numb is I'm probably going to stand even less of a chance, especially with a Goliath. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you guys, I can't really say if you'd enjoy this video, but thanks for tuning in. And like always, never forget, live to fish, fish to live. I'll be back.